So here we are with attempt number 3 of Hawkeye against Taskmaster. We've had very little success so far with Hawkeye's pre-con, so I think maybe if we fail one or two more times we might have a look at changing out some of the cards that are already in there. But for now, let's just see what we have. So the usual, gone through these already. Taskmaster's forced response when you change form to hero. Then we could take damage. This is setting up the captive out of play and then putting Hydra into play and then shuffling, and then we flip over. And this has a response then after part 1 of the villain phase. You either take a damage or put a threat on here. This then, once it's defeated, will pull a Hydra minion. So that's something to bear in mind. But I've covered a lot of these already, so other than that, I'll just run straight into it. Now, the new update of Octagon does seem to have a slight change of where the windows are pulling from. So I've got to be quite careful when I'm doing certain things for now. But outside of that, if we have a look at these guys and maybe mulligan, I'm likely to keep this maybe agent and then get rid of the rest. So let's, without further ado, let's do that. We'll get rid of this, 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 and this. Select that. That's the mulligan done. And we'll go into turn 1 now. So with that, I think I would be inclined to get rid of Mockingbird and use Clint Barton's weapon of choice action. Spend 1 resource of any type to search your deck and discard pile for Hawkeye's bow and add it to your hand. So that's exactly what I'll do. I'll spend Mockingbird to look in the deck for bow, which will be this one. That goes into my hand and we'll close and shuffle. Now, with that done, Hawkeye's bow is coming in for free. I'm tempted to use these two to pay for agent. So if we go that'll get agent into play. US agent, I should say. He has retaliate and a 1 and a 1, which is okay. Now, Hawkeye's quiver is not bad to get in. That might give us some flexibility at the expense of the cable arrow. But before I do that, I will flip over to my hero side. And from there then, we must do Taskmaster's response, which in this case, after a player changes to hero form, they discard the top card of the encounter deck. Here's the top card of the encounter deck, and take damage equal to the number of boost icons on that card. So I have to take 2 damage, which is fine. Now, that said, I'm going to get rid of the cable arrow to bring out the quiver. Then I'll exhaust the quiver to look at the top 5, search the top 5 cards of your deck for an arrow. So I'm not going to use the menu here. I'll just pull them to one side. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Interesting. I have very little I can work with, but I could probably, this might be a bad option for the next turn. So I'll put these guys back in. This doesn't say to shuffle, but I think that's possibly the correct thing to do here. So I will shuffle that. And with that now, he is going to, I'll attack for 1, get rid of this. And you are not attack, excuse me. I'll thwart for 1 to get rid of this. And I'll thwart for another 1 to get rid of this. And then when defeated, each player searches the encounter deck and discard pile for a Hydra minion and puts it into play with them and then shuffles the encounter deck. I am going to look for the other regular. Ooh. There we go. And I'll close and shuffle that. This guy comes into play, excuse me, against me. He's a 1 and a 2 insight. The insight doesn't go off. when this card is revealed, place 1 threat here. He isn't revealed, as this says, put into play, engaged with them. My reading of this would be, if they wanted it to be revealed, they would have said revealed in this. So each player searches the encounter deck and discard pile for a Hydra minion and reveals it and puts it into play against them. So put into play and revealed, I'm taking that as two different things. And with that said, I'm going to go to the villain phase. So this goes 1. We're going to put 1 on here. Then I either take 1 damage or put 1 threat on here. I might put the threat on. He's now going to attack me. I may just take this and let him do that. No, I think we'll go the other way around. So, US Agent John Walker is going to take the hit from Taskmaster. Hopefully, we won't get too much of a boost here. So he's hitting for 1, 2, 3, 4. That is enough to defeat John Walker, which is fine. This guy's going to attack for a further 2 onto me. That's fine. And then we'll get our encounter card for the first turn, which is the villain attacks you. So he's going to hit me again. This could be game over very quickly if he's getting a 3. I'm going to leave this open because, well, let's see how it goes. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's hit me for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Excuse me. So we just about survived that, which is good. And with that, we'll go to turn number 2. So, turn number 2, exhaust Hawkeye's quiver, search the top 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, that's good. I like that. I may get the vibranium arrow. Put that face down. And attach face up to this card. So that's it. These guys go back in. And again, we shuffle. I may play arrow events attached to this card as if they were in my hand. Right. Well, only thing I can do, I suppose. I'm going to go a genius to play the electric arrow, which will be exhaust Hawkeye's bow. Stun an enemy. I'm going to use this on him. Stun. And deal 3 damage. 1, 2, 3. Defeats him. Then I'm going to use the quick draw, exhaust Hawkeye to ready Hawkeye's bow, and then I'm going to play the vibranium arrow using these guys here, that and that. Exhaust Hawkeye's bow, deals 6 damage to an enemy, and it gains piercing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Done. I'm going to flip down because we were hit very hard that turn. And I'm going to get rid of this. And then we'll go to the villain phase. So part 1. 1 goes on this. He's going to scheme. Hopefully for nothing too heavy. So 1 plus 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then the bad encounter card we get will be his sword. Taskmaster. Sword attached to Taskmaster. Taskmaster's attacks gain piercing. I have to exhaust my hero and spend a mental and a physical resource to discard this card. Oh yeah, Sunfire would come in handy now, but that doesn't seem to be the case. So with that, let's go to the next hero phase. Now, I'm going to use Ready for Action to get an Expert Marksman into play. And I'm going to use a lead from the front to get another Expert Marksman into play. Then I will exhaust to get 3 back into my hand. And I'll flip over. With flipping over, I have to take damage of 2. Oh my, this could end so badly again. I'm getting hammered here. So exhaust this. Look at the top 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can put one of these guys in. But which one is worth doing? That's a confuse, which isn't bad, but I think we'll take the confuse. Put that down. Oh, I would have much preferred the other one for that. Ooh, maybe I should have put an ally into play. Ah, well. So let's go 1, 2 to play Vibranium Arrow, exhaust the bow, deal 6 damage to an enemy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I think we're done. Yeah, we're done this turn. So that's that done. Can't do anything here. We go to the villain phase. 1. The only thing I can do, put 2 onto this. He attacks me. He's essentially going to kill me here now. So that's the end of the turn. I will defend. He's hitting for 1, 2, 3, 4, minus my 1, 3 damage. Game over. Okay, fantastic. Let's go to attempt number 4. So with that, let's do the welcome screen. Load a scenario. I'm so tempted to take another character for this because this is just getting ridiculous. But I'm playing it wrong. I should be putting in more. I think that the allies are probably a better option other than building out for Hawkeye. Maybe the first one is just trying to survive and do some ping damage. But where are we? The pre-build. Let me get the pre-build in here for Hawkeye. And we are good to go again, I think. So putting that down, putting that up here, and zoom in just for being able to see. So, pop that down. How would I like to deal with this? I am going to... Oh yeah, we get all this stuff ready. We know the drill here. Shuffle. Shuffle. Here's our first hand. Let's do a mulligan. What will I get rid of? Mulligan hand. I think I'd like to keep the arrows and maybe War Machine, and I'll get rid of you, and one of the arrows maybe. That seems to be for the best. Confirm that. Excellent. That's slightly better. No, with that done. So you cost 4. We're kind of hamstrung a small bit, but let's see what we can do. So the first thing was first, I'll use Earth's Mightiest Heroes to search for my bow using the Clint's weapon of choice. So here is Hawkeye's bow. Close and shuffle that. I'm going to put that into play immediately. Now I'm tempted to go straight to War Machine. Get War Machine in. He'll use the tough. So that's some pullback for us, and then we could do some like ping damage from this position, which might be the way to go, because like we've got at least 2 turns of. Maybe I'm overthinking this. We get that in. We keep War Machine for after. Maybe that's the way to play it. So I'll flip over. I will take this damage. This damage is going to be 1. So that's done. Then we'll use the electric arrow. Electric arrow. Exhaust Hawkeye's bow. Stun an enemy. Has to be him. Deal 3 damage. 1, 2, 3. Done. Now, is it worth me thwarting or trying to hit him for 3? Maybe at this stage it's worth hitting for 3, or I could use that for an additional 3. That would be 3 this turn. He can come in the next turn. Maybe that's the play. Thin out the hand a small bit. So we'll use that. Exhaust this for... I'm doing that in the wrong order there, but so it's basically using Ready to Rumble to play Explosive Arrow. Explosive Arrow exhausts the bow. Then I deal 3 damage to the villain. 1, 2, 3. And each minion engaged. Yeah, that's fine. Get rid of that. From my side of things, I'll get rid of this. And from there, I think we'll call it a day. I'll bring in a War Machine in the next turn. So part 1. 1 goes on this, and then I'll put another 1 on that. He's going to attack me, but the stun gets discarded instead. And then for the next turn, we have, or not the next turn, for the Shadow of the Past, for the encounter card. 1, 2, and then these 3 go into play. So that's that in. Shuffle that, perfectly fine. 1, 2, 3. This is going to pull Mockingbird. So let's have a look and find Mockingbird. So here is Mockingbird, close and shuffle. She is under marked for death. The Clint Barton player searches their hand, deck, discard pile, and play area for Mockingbird, and places her face up beneath this card. When the stage is defeated, return Mockingbird to her owner's hand. Excellent. Now, just in case I missed anything, reveal your set aside Nemesis minion and put it into play. Engage with you. Done. Reveal your set aside Nemesis side scheme, put it into play. Done. Shuffle the rest of your set aside Nemesis encounter set into the encounter deck. If your Nemesis minion does not enter the game this way, this card gains search. Right, so that's done. He comes in, he's going to quick strike me for 2. 1, 2. And we're now, I suppose, ready for the next turn. Okay, so Hero Phase turn 2. I'm tempted to get War Machine out with these 4. And that's a block for me, which might be the way to do things. So let's look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4. War Machine comes into play. War Machine has toughness. Now you could hit for 2. I could hit for 3. That gets Crossfire out of play. Then we need to deal with this shortly. Yeah, maybe that's it. Use what we have. That gets rid of the tough. Does 2 damage. I attack for a further 3. 1, 2, 3. That kills Crossfire. I could scooch down, but I think we're too close to threading out at this point. Not that close, but getting close enough. So with that done, let's go to the next phase. Part 1. 1, 2 goes on to this. Then I need to take damage. I'll take that just to keep this low. He's going to attack. He's going to attack a War Machine in this instance. He's hitting for 1, 2, 3, 4. That is getting rid of War Machine. And then I take a bad card, which in this case is Hydra Soldier. Guard, so I can no longer attack Taskmaster. Deal the engaged player an encounter card when defeated. Interesting. Alright, so we have a few options here. Let's go to the next phase. So we're at turn 3. Hawkeye can come out, exhaust this ally, and discard 1 card from your hand to deal X damage to an enemy, where X is the number of printed resources on that card. That's okay. Hawkeye could come in for 2. Exhaust. That's consistent damage, really, which is kind of what we're looking for. So maybe what I'll do is I'll go Strength to play Hawkeye. Exhaust this ally and discard 1 card from your hand to deal X damage to an enemy, where X is the number of printed resources on that card. So I'll exhaust. I will discard Team Training, and that's going to deal 1 to you. I'll exhaust myself to do a further 3. And then I might use the cable to try and pull one of these down. If I go down, I'll have to 1, 2, and then I'll be on 7. He'd have to scheme for 4, which might buy us some time. Okay, let's use the electric arrow for Cable Arrow. Exhaust Hawkeye's Bow. Remove 3 threat from a scheme, ignoring any crisis icons in play. I'll actually remove it from the main scheme. Then I'm going to, I think it might be worth flipping down. And we'll go from there. Yeah, let's see if this will work for us. So the first part, that's going to get 2 on it. And then he's going to scheme for 1, 2, 3. And then our encounter card is his sword. Excellent. All right, with that done, let's go to the next hero phase. He's getting a +1 attack. He's got piercing, and I need to discard 2. What is it? The mental and the physical. All right. So, what is the play here? Could use exhaust this ally and discard 1 card from your hand. I could discard this. That's doing another 2 ping damage. I can then maybe get a Sonic Arrow into play. That's confuse, buying us another turn. Potentially. So let's do that. We don't have much to do. I'll recover for 3. I'll flip down. And when I flip over, when I do that, I have to take 1 damage from his response. With his response then, I could get the Expert Marksman into play. Maybe that's the play. I'll use Team Training to get Expert Marksman into play. Then I will play Sonic Arrow using this and this. That confuses an enemy. And deals 3 damage. 1, 2, 3. That would be exhausted from that as well. I will then exhaust this ally, discard 1 card from your hand. Lead from the front is going. Deal X damage to an enemy, where X is the number of printed resources on that card. It's going to be 1, which is fine. Can't really do much else here now, but maybe we have a few options when we move forward. I'll keep US Agent and we'll go to the next phase. Right, so part 1 goes on this. He'd attack me for, well, this would respond for 1. I'll take that damage. He's then going to attack, which is going to be, I'm just going to take it to the face. 1, 2, no, let me just make sure there. Adds 1 to hunting. So I should have actually put 2 in here from this guy as well. So this is 1, 2, 3. It's going to do 3 damage. If you're in hero form, take 1 damage. It's going to do 4 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then our bad card is... He's attacking me again. Oh my god. I'm not catching a break with this. So I think I have to put the other Hawkeye in front of it, which is going to be 1, 2, 3, and then this is going to be 4, 5. 5. Sorry, K Bishop, we're done for. Alright. And then we go to the next hero phase. Oh, I'm on the back foot here. I really am on the back foot. So I'm going to attack for 3. 1, 2, 3. That's going to be the next villain phase. When revealed, deal each player an encounter card. That's fine. Now, Goliath comes in. He's going to hit for 5. If I use that. And then I have to discard him at the end of the phase. Oh my, is that worth doing? That's only getting him down to 11, really. Oh, I can't do much. I can't really. 1, 2, 3. I could bring US Agent in. He's got Retaliate. That's a blocker. And then we've got, maybe that's the play. I've got 1, 2, 3 for US Agent to come into play. US agent is going to attack for 1. Get that on him. I can't really do anything else. I could flip down, but I mean, I'm putting 2 on that. 2 on that immediately up to 11. Oh. I could get the Sky Cycle in to get US Agent another action. Is that worth doing? Maybe. Maybe. No, I'll sit on that because I would like to get Goliath out next turn. I'm going to flip down. I'm going to take a risk and flip down. And we'll get rid of the Sky Cycle. And I'll go to the next phase. Villain phase. This goes up by 2. He would scheme. He doesn't because he's confused. And then we get our encounter card. First encounter card. Insight 1. Game over. Oh my god. I should have known that was coming. So that's done. What was the other one, just for the sake of it? It was this. Yeah, that would have. We were fairly. I'd say we were. Well, would we have? We would have done 6 here. I would have been able to do 3. That would have been. That might have been bad. Could have got. Oh, if we survived, we might have been able to do it. Because I could have got Goliath out for 4, these ones. And then I would have been able to pay for this. For the additional 6. So you'd hit for 5. That would have been the 6. That would have been the turnover, yeah. Oh, that was so close. Yeah. Okay, let's go and reset again.